God. And that, folks, is yoga and flexibility training. We're Chris and Sandra. We started America's Great Loop in July of 2023, but it all started in 2022 when we bought a boat we named Waterway. On a foggy May morning last year, we said goodbye to Port Dover and headed down Lake Erie through the Welland Canal and onto Lake Ontario. We had a summer of fun boat projects and explored Lake Ontario and the famous Canadian Heritage Canal System, the Trent Severn Waterway. We spent the spring of 2023 overhauling the galley of Waterway, and we took off in July, even though we have lots more to do. Join two not-so-young kids as we make our way around the 6,000-mile loop of North American waters. Been underway for about 15-20 minutes. So Chris did work on the shaft. I'm going to take a look and make sure Chris has given me instructions on what to look for. Nothing in the bilge, so transponder, transducer, whatever that Chris put in for the depth sounder obviously isn't leaking. This isn't leaking, and and the water was coming out the back as usual, so that wasn't an issue. And we've got about 3 hours till we get to the intracoastal, and then another couple hours to get to our anchorage. We're going to go meet Barb and Jeff at Outer Limits and catch up. Crossing Mobile Bay, and that's a fishing boat and all of their little friends. Free meal. It's like the birds from Alfred Hitchcock. You're old if you know what that is. So why do you think I never turn the camera on when it gets bouncy? Or you know what, I need to put those notes. So Mobile Bay is surprisingly big.
Yeah, I mean, it was, all in all, it's been a pretty good day, right? We headed south down the bay, and there was a bit of wave action, but for the most part, because the wind was coming from the north, the waves were coming up behind us, and it was pretty calm. When we turned to get on the intracoastal, all of half an hour ago, maybe a little longer, it was a bit uncomfortable, I would say, because we had
a little bit.
Because we had the waves. We're now on our pretty much beam on, and unfortunately, you're in this really narrow channel, and they dump on either side waste material. So you don't really want to go out of the channel.
But you did a pretty good job tacking within the channel.
I did tack back and forth for a little while. I did tack back and forth for a while, but it was not great. I mean, it was good on one tack, but then when we tacked back to the other direction, we couldn't, unless I tacked almost right back, the waves were just a little bit too beam on. Anyway, it was what it was.
You did a good job for me, honey. Thanks.
And then once we pulled in here, it calmed right down.
We're now coming into Orange Beach. Hang on, I'm going to turn the camera. It's never very exciting from the helm, but it's too breezy and cold outside.
Yeah, we saw more dolphins today. They came across the boat, so we didn't see them for very long.
So we are headed to an anchorage to meet at Ingram Bayou, and it's supposed to be a nice one. Our friends were there last night. They're there for another couple of days. So we thought we'd go and anchor there and have some drinks and get caught up, and we're not really sure what we're doing after that. I mean, we need to start having discussions about what's next now that the boat's back in the water and we're on the move.
Yeah, it is nice to have left that marina.
Yeah, I mean, it was fine, but it was just a lot of...
It was time.
Is that current or something? All that roiling ahead of us?
It's roiling, yeah.
We're going to go right through it. That's weird, eh?
Bit of wave action at the end of the start of the river.
Anyway, so I don't know if you noticed, but during the worst of the bouncing, I mean, during the worst of it, things were coming off the counter. I'd taken most of it off anyway, but actually the food, the bread and stuff slid off the counter. So I put everything on the floor. And it's definitely not the worst we've been in. That one day we left Beckwith Island in Georgian Bay over to Henry's. We were pretty blasé. I think we knew nothing, but that was a lot bouncier. And Chris had to do a lot more tacking. And we just weren't really that prepared for that one. So this one wasn't that bad. Plus I knew it was going to be over pretty quickly. And so I stood here at the front in the center of the boat because I was on my computer, and once it gets past a certain bounciness, I can't sit and do anything because I start to get sick. But if I'm standing up looking, I don't get sick. So I'm up here at the front, center of the boat. So if you don't like big waves and you get seasick or whatever and there's big waves, center of the boat, because then you're not doing this on the edges, and always looking at the horizon. And that helps. And plus, when it gets like that, I always, if I feel myself getting anxious, see if a wave. Yeah, they did wave. And then I just start counting my fingers because it helps. Just like that. And then it was okay. And I know that sounds really goofy to a lot of people, but anyone who has anxiety will understand why you do that. It's to ground yourself. And you tell yourself things like, this isn't an emergency. Because sometimes when I get really anxious, it feels like it's dangerous. And it was fine. But I did have to come up to the front. When the boat was out of the water, Chris put a new depth sounder sensor down below the boat. And you obviously put enough caulking in it because the boat didn't sink when it was put back in the water. But the sum total effect of that project was that the depth now appears on Navionic.
It's integrated.
Integrated. You're amazing. gotta tie it?
Yeah.
This is a terrible one. It's got shorter somehow.
Okay, I'm gonna put it in reverse.
Yep. So it's starting to stretch out. All right. I'll give it a try.
I'd say we're hooked.
Just a minute. It's really trying to pull on the...
It just
it just gave.
didn't it?
Yep. Want me to bring it up and then we'll go forward again?
Let's just try one more time.
Okay, backwards. Okay, so it's putting some pressure on the pulpit now. Want to try a little bit more? Do our test now. It's still trying to pull. What do you think? I think we're moving backwards. Yeah, it's dragging. Chris, it's just dragging.
Okay, just give me a second. I'm trying to evaluate.
Yeah, we've moved back about 25 feet. Okay.
Okay, I'm just gonna let it drift for a few minutes.
There was a bit of a tug there, but I'm not convinced that that's holding. Okay, keep going.
Sandra,
Reverse.
it's in reverse.
Okay. Okay, you know what? We're not moving.
Right.
And you know the difference was when you reversed that time after it went slack, I felt it tug. And now nothing's moving over there in my perspective. But before it was.
All right.
I keep thinking we've forgotten something, but I don't think so. Whoa, 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 whoa.
What are you doing?
My boot is caught. Can you hang on to this? God. Jesus. The Velcro back got caught on something on the dinghy. Thought I was going to do the splits there and land in the drink.
That would be embarrassing.
That would hurt. I have to go back to the doctor. Oopsie daisy. Goodbye, boat. As we slowly drift away. Alright, take two. Seems to be skipping.
It's following us.
Don't let it run into the boat. Is it higher than the boat?
How am
Looks
I
like
going
it
to
might
do
be
this?
higher. Sorry?
One of us is going to need to kind of control the dinghy, and
Okay.
any chance you can get me back to the front of the boat?
To the front. Just a minute.
Gotta put it in gear, Sandra.
Oh, I have to get my boot over. It's still up there. I'll watch it. Just get it started for me.
30 hours got left.
That looks pretty good.
How's it look?
Good. Just, you're probably going to touch the case unless you bring it slightly forward into us. Yeah, it's kind of half in the case and half on the bow.
Down?
Yeah, it's down.
Right.
Oh my God. And that, folks, is yoga and flexibility training. Do you want me to pass you the controller?
Yeah.
Okay, hang on. Sorry, guys. Got
I'm
it?
just going to tuck it under here.
Yep, that's fine. You gonna come down this way, or am I gonna come back? You're gonna come down this way. Don't capsize. You got it. When did we last see them?
I'm not
We were
sure.
at Logston with them. I think it was Logston. Oh, I got some good shots there. Finally, we meet up again. I'm gonna turn this off. Helps that there's only like 6 inches of water under the dinghy.
Yeah. All the canned goods are on that side.
They need... No, they aren't. All the stuff in the galley. I think they're just frolicking. They're moving along the shoreline. Yeah, I think it's deer. It's a little chilly out there.
A lot of mornings.
Want to get over by the ramp?
We leave a bit of slack in this, right?
Oh yeah, is that going to be an issue back here for the tides?
Given that we're not going to be gone a super long time, I think it'll be okay.
It's this one I would worry about, right?
Yeah, the worst that's going to happen is the dinghy's going to tilt down.
Right, and this...
But that one won't really matter.
There, that gives a bit of slack.
It's this one that
well,
matters,
I know,
right? But... Oh no, what are we talking about? This is a raised lower...
Oh, it's a floating dock. Oh, we're good. I wonder how busy it is in the summer, because this is fantastic. I mean, you're not going to get a big boat in here, but we could probably...
No, you're not... Our boat can't come in here.
I bet you it could over on one of the ones over there.
They don't allow it.
What's the... Did you notice what the maximum was?
It was under 30 feet.
All right. Let's get going. That's for jet skis?
I think so.
There's a tiny house or a big dollhouse, whichever way you want to look at it. Want to go stand there for perspective? Or
That
here?
desperately needs to be maintained.
Here, I'll stand there for perspective. I think it's the first time I've ever felt really tall. What did it say? It was a trading post?
Lilliputian.
But not for reals, right?
No, but it something to do with a trading post during the British occupation.
So Chris bought some grouper and I got some clams, and we're gonna try to make clam chowder tonight, but we're missing a few ingredients, so he's gone back in to find them. So, just luck. You can undo the yellow one. I can just push us off here when you're ready. It's Monday morning and we've just left Palm Harbor Marina in Pensacola. The docks were very nice, the amenities on the docks were very nice. There's a couple of really rundown buildings, but I think they're not part of the marina. And the staff was really good. They run 3 marinas there and they're very accommodating. So it was a good stay because we weren't there for much of it. And we were back a couple days ago, but with the storms kind of brewing out in the Gulf and everywhere else, we decided just to stay put. And everything is so much nicer today. It's sunny and the wind is dying down generally everywhere. I'm sure everybody on the west coast of Florida is really happy about that. So we're not sure how far we're going to go today. There's sort of some anchorages halfway to Destin, but they're only a couple hours out, so I'm not sure if we want to drop anchor at 11 in the morning or just keep going and check out Destin, just to anchor out in the harbor. Anyway, we'll see. And it's supposed to be warmer today, about 19 Celsius. Like, I don't know, what is that, 67, 68 Fahrenheit? And then colder the next couple of days, so if we're smart, we'll enjoy the nice weather today. We left Pensacola this morning about 8, got here around 2:30. Took it easy in terms of speed. We're dialing it down now that there's absolutely no racing out of rivers. So it was a really good anchoring. Sometimes it gets a little tense between us when we're anchoring, but it all worked really well. It seemed to be really good holding here in about 10 feet of water. It's supposed to get a bit gusty tonight, but we've been out in some pretty gusty winds on Georgian Bay, so we're pretty happy with what we've got. We may evaluate it a little bit later and let out a bit more chain and reset the bridle. Not sure how long we're going to be here. At least for tonight, we'll probably go over to the little community and take a look around and see what's what. And Chris has put the drone up. I'm happy with just a pub or something where we can get an iced tea or something.
Well, I think along this way, I don't know what's open, right?
Yeah. Pretty empty, but you know, the week before Christmas.
Tailfins is open.
Yeah. We've been hunting for a teeny weeny Christmas tree with lights for the boat. Ironically, we have one back in London, Ontario, sitting in a box at my sister-in-law's, but we haven't been able to find one. So we know it may not have a tree this Christmas. Oh well. There's the Santa's workshop here, which is closed, but it's Monday, so maybe Santa doesn't work on Mondays. Did you catch this fish today, or did someone else? You guys did?
Yeah.
I'm from Canada, so I'm not familiar with the type of fish.
Flounder.
Flounder, yeah.
Very similar to a halibut,
Okay.
and these are vermilion snapper.
Is that a common fish around here?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Flounders aren't necessarily, well, they're common, but not. This time of year they come in and they spawn. So there's more of them than normal. Vermilions are always out there, just targeting and finding them.
You look like this isn't the first time you've done this.
This one, the next one will make twice.
It's beautiful down here. We've been to Florida before, of course, but not this area. Is it just a little bit colder than normal here?
Right now it is, yes ma'am.
Yeah.
Yeah, usually it gets this long.
Yeah. So would you have gone out into the Gulf to catch this?
Yeah, we're. Yeah, I mean, how far do you think we're out, Jordan?
Farthest one went was about 2.5 miles.
About 3.5 miles. Yeah, but I mean, you could still see.
Yeah,
you know.
yeah. We eventually have to cross the Gulf from Carabelle over to the other side,
Yeah.
and I'm not looking forward to that because we're a slow boat. And I'm a bit of a scaredy cat.
Well,
And it's
I guess
140 miles.
Check the weather before you head out.
Absolutely.
I guess, you know.
Absolutely.
That's something matters.
And-
Where you're committed to it, whether whether it's good or not. You know.
That felt like something. Did a key drop?
I don't know, something.
Right. I said as we left, maybe I should take some keys off. As long as it's not the one we need. Oh, it came apart. Oh, the whole thing fell apart. That's not good. Is the flashlight in your bag? Do you want me to get it out? Do you want me to hold it?
I'm just going to push this out.
All right.
Because I don't want to be next to the stuff trying to spin it.
Right.
Is it good? Yeah, it is.
I guess I should shine this ahead of us because we're supposed to have lights, right? We're actually supposed to have green and red lights. Well, that's kind of pretty. Thanks for joining us as we make our way across Florida's beautiful Panhandle. In the coming weeks, we'll be getting ready for the Gulf crossing and getting ourselves over to the west side of Florida. Hopefully it'll be warmer over there. If you haven't already, please subscribe, ring the bell for notifications, and leave comments and questions. Thanks for joining us. See you next time.